Have you ever wondered why some people seem to access higher states of awareness so effortlessly, while others meditate for years and feel as though nothing is happening? Why is it that some seekers glimpse visions of inner light and hear the sacred sound of Aum, while most sit in darkness, unsure if they're even doing it right? Could it be that there's a simple, hidden secret, a technique so subtle, so ancient, that it's been overlooked by the very ones searching for it? Paramhansa Yogananda, one of the greatest spiritual masters of the modern era, quietly revealed such a secret to his closest disciples. A teaching not shouted from temple walls, but whispered to the hearts of the sincere. In today's video, I want to bring that sacred knowledge to you. I want to share with you the easiest, yet most powerful mantra Yogananda recommended for awakening your third eye, the kutastha chaitanya, the spiritual eye that lies dormant between your eyebrows. It's not complicated. You won't need any rituals, or expensive courses, or special initiations. What you need is sincerity, stillness, and this ancient sound. And by the end of this video, you won't just know what the mantra is, you'll understand why it works, how to practice it, the signs you'll feel as your third eye begins to open, and how to cultivate this sacred connection in daily life. So stay with me, dear friend, because what you are about to discover is not just another technique, it's a doorway to the infinite, waiting quietly within you, this very moment. Before we can begin to open the third eye, it's important to understand what it truly is, beyond the myths, beyond the fanciful stories often spoken about in modern spirituality. Paramhansa Yogananda described the third eye as the kutastha chaitanya, the seat of divine perception in man. It's an energy center, or chakra, located at the point between your eyebrows, a doorway through which you can perceive not just this physical world, but the vast, luminous realms of higher consciousness. Yogananda often called it the single eye of intuition, the same eye Christ referred to when he said, "If therefore thine eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light." This is not a physical organ you can touch or see, but it is very real in the subtle body, the field of energy and consciousness that animates your physical form. When this center awakens, your inner senses begin to open. You start seeing light within closed eyes, you feel an unexplainable presence in meditation, and your intuition becomes sharp, clear, and spontaneous. Yogananda beautifully explained that the third eye is the point through which the soul enters and leaves the physical body, and it is the seat of spiritual perception. It's the place where the light of God is first seen, as a brilliant spiritual star surrounded by a ring of golden light and a field of deep blue. Every great saint and yogi, whether knowingly or not, ultimately focuses here in deep meditation. But why is this important? Because awakening the third eye is not about acquiring some mystical ability, but about reconnecting to your true nature as a being of pure light, awareness, and bliss. It is the beginning of real spiritual awakening. Now that we understand what the third eye truly is, a natural question arises: if this sacred center exists within all of us, why do so many struggle to awaken it? Why, despite years of meditation and spiritual study, does the light remain unseen for most? Paramhansa Yogananda addressed this question with great clarity. He explained that the obstacles to perceiving the third eye are not external, but internal. It's not because we lack ability or worthiness, but because our awareness is clouded by restless thoughts, attachments, and an inability to become truly still within ourselves. Yogananda often compared the mind to a stormy lake. When the surface of the water is agitated with waves, it cannot reflect the light of the moon. In the same way, when our consciousness is disturbed by constant thoughts, emotions, and desires, it cannot reflect the subtle light of the spiritual eye. The modern world, with its endless distractions and outward-driven nature, pulls our attention away from this sacred center. And even those who sincerely meditate often bring expectations, impatience, or mental tension into their practice, further obscuring the inner perception. Another reason people struggle, Yogananda said, is the lack of proper technique, or worse, incomplete understanding of how to meditate effectively. Many attempt to force concentration or chase after visions, which only strengthens the restless nature of the mind. The path to the third eye is not through strain, but through relaxed, inward awareness. Most importantly, Yogananda reminded us that awakening this center requires purity of heart and the sincere desire to know the divine, not as a concept, but as a living presence. When these obstacles are gradually removed, the third eye begins to reveal itself naturally, like the sun emerging from behind the clouds. And now, dear seeker, we come to the heart of this teaching, the sacred mantra that Paramhansa Yogananda quietly emphasized as the simplest, yet most profound tool for awakening the third eye. In his lifetime, Yogananda shared many advanced Kriya Yoga techniques with his disciples, but at the core of his teachings was always the sacred sound of Aum. Not as a mere chant, but as a living vibration, a divine current running through all of creation. Yogananda explained that Aum is not just a sound we make with our lips, it is the cosmic vibration underlying all matter, all light, all life. The ancient sages heard this sound in deep meditation and declared it the first sound of creation. When intoned or meditated upon with deep sincerity, it gradually dissolves the restlessness of the mind and draws the awareness inward, naturally pulling the seeker's consciousness to the point between the eyebrows. He taught that when you chant or mentally intone Aum while focusing at the spiritual eye, the very vibration of the mantra awakens dormant spiritual currents in the subtle spine and stills the scattered thoughts. It tunes your consciousness to the higher frequency of divine perception. Yogananda said, the cosmic sound of Aum is the secret vibration that sustains all creation. Meditate upon it at the spiritual eye, and it shall reveal to you the inner light. The beauty of this mantra is its simplicity. It requires no elaborate rituals, no external symbols, only your sincere attention and willingness to listen within. Whether whispered aloud or reverberated mentally in silence, Aum becomes a bridge between your limited consciousness and the infinite. This was, and remains, one of Yogananda's most sacred and accessible keys for seekers on the path of awakening. So how, dear friend, do we actually practice this mantra in the way Yogananda intended? It is not enough to merely repeat Aum without understanding the inward posture it requires. Paramhansa Yogananda was very clear that meditation is an art of stillness, focus, and sacred feeling, not mechanical repetition. He taught that this mantra should be practiced with deep inward awareness, using both the mind and heart together. Begin by finding a quiet space where you won't be disturbed. Sit comfortably with your spine erect, chest lifted slightly, and head level. Gently close your eyes and let the physical body relax, leaving behind the worries of the outer world. Then, direct your inner gaze and attention to the point between your eyebrows, the spiritual eye. Don't strain or frown, hold your awareness there with soft, loving focus, as if waiting for a beloved friend to arrive. Now, slowly begin to intone Aum aloud. Stretch each part of the sound. A, O, Ma. Feel the sound start in your chest, rise through your throat, and vibrate in your head, especially at the third eye. Repeat this several times, and with each chant, try to feel the sound dissolving your thoughts and drawing your awareness inward. After a few minutes, let the sound become mental. Silently repeat Aum in your mind, and inwardly listen for its subtle echo within your consciousness. Yogananda explained that as the mantra quiets the mind, you may begin to feel a gentle pressure, warmth, or cool sensation at the spiritual eye, or even perceive a subtle light. The secret is consistency. Even 5 to 15 minutes daily of sincere, heartfelt practice can gradually thin the veils of restlessness and awaken the sacred center of intuition within you. As you sincerely begin this practice, you might naturally wonder, how will I know if my third eye is beginning to awaken? What signs or experiences should I look for? Paramhansa Yogananda lovingly reminded seekers that the awakening of the spiritual eye is a gradual, inward process. It's not always accompanied by dramatic visions or sudden revelations, but by subtle, beautiful changes in your inner perception and outer life. One of the first signs Yogananda spoke of is a gentle sensation at the point between the eyebrows. As you meditate with focus on AUM, you may feel a soft pressure, a light tingling, a warm or cool current in that area. This is a sign that your awareness is beginning to gather at the third eye, and the inner doorway is preparing to open. In deeper stages of practice, some seekers begin to perceive light within their closed eyes, sometimes as a soft glow or flashes of color, and for the advanced, a brilliant spiritual star surrounded by a ring of golden light and a field of deep blue. Yogananda assured his disciples that these are natural signs of spiritual awakening and should be welcomed with calm gratitude, not excitement or attachment. Beyond these sensations and visions, the most profound signs are found in your daily life. An awakened third eye sharpens your intuition. You begin to know things without logical explanation, sense the truth of situations instantly, and feel a growing sense of detachment from restless worldly desires. A deep, unshakable inner peace begins to settle in your heart. Yet Yogananda gently warned, do not seek the signs, seek God's presence. These experiences are beautiful, but they are merely milestones on the path to infinite bliss. Now that you understand the practice and the signs to watch for, the final and most important step is to make this a part of your daily life. Paramhansa Yogananda often reminded his students that spiritual awakening is not a single event but a gentle, persistent unfolding, like the blooming of a sacred lotus, petal by petal. The key is consistency and sincerity, not perfection. Even a few minutes each day, when done with deep feeling, can begin to transform your awareness. Yogananda recommended setting aside a quiet time both in the morning and before sleep. Sit calmly, focus at the third eye, and intone or mentally chant AUM as you've learned. Don't force the experience, and don't become discouraged if light or sensations don't appear immediately. The mantra itself, even when you don't perceive its effects, is purifying your consciousness and gradually dissolving the barriers to your inner perception. After a few minutes of chanting AUM, fall into stillness. Listen inwardly, as if waiting for a divine whisper. Even if you hear nothing, this silence is where the true awakening begins. Over time, your mind will naturally grow quieter, your awareness sharper, and a sacred sense of presence will arise within you, sometimes felt as peace, sometimes as subtle joy, or a gentle lightness of being. Yogananda's wisdom is simple yet profound. It is better to meditate a little every day with deep feeling than to sit for long hours mechanically. Carry the consciousness of AUM with you through the day, in quiet moments, during difficulties, or when you feel restless. In this way, you gradually live in constant remembrance of the divine, and the light of the third eye will shine through you naturally, blessing both your inner world and all you encounter. As we come to the close of this sacred conversation, I want to leave you with a gentle reminder: this path is not a race, nor is it a pursuit of extraordinary visions or mystical signs. It is a quiet, patient unfolding of your own higher nature. The mantra of AUM, as Paramhansa Yogananda so beautifully taught, is not just a sound, it's a living bridge between your restless mind and the vast ocean of divine peace that awaits within you. Even if you practice for just 5 minutes a day with deep feeling, you are taking a powerful step toward awakening the sacred light of the third eye. I invite you, dear friend, to begin this practice today. Find a peaceful moment, close your eyes, focus gently at the point between your eyebrows, and softly chant Aum. Notice what you feel. It may be subtle at first, a whisper of calm, a flicker of light, or simply a stillness you haven't known before. And that, truly, is enough to begin. If this teaching spoke to your heart, I encourage you to leave a comment below. Share your thoughts, your questions, or your experiences with this sacred mantra. Have you tried meditating on Aum before? Did you feel anything at the spiritual eye? I read each one of your comments, and your journey inspires not just me, but others walking this path beside you. And if you'd like to walk this journey together, I warmly invite you to subscribe to this channel and turn on the notification bell. Next week, I'll be sharing another beautiful secret from Yogananda's teachings, a method to hear the inner sound of Aum even in complete silence. Until then, stay blessed, be still, and let the light within you shine ever brighter. Namaste.